Hey, Tim Arrowwood here, People's Home Equity. Let's talk about ask. How about just ask? So I got a mug made up, just ask. So when you guys are, now keep down. So when do you ask for a referral? When do you ask for a referral from a client? No, okay. Okay, when do you ask for a referral from a client?
Sometimes never.
Sometimes never. Okay, how about you?
During the process.
During the process. All right, how about you ladies? Do you? No.
No,
So you just think that maybe they'll like you so much that they'll just send you a referral. Okay. Well, I've been there. That's kind of my process has been for years. I've been successful, but in spite of that, I've been successful. So one of the so we're doubling down, right? The market's changing, and there's. We're looking for every opportunity to get a referral. And mine's a referral-based business, right? So we want to take such great care of you all that you like us and you refer us and those kind of things. But for years we've thought, well, if we do a really, really good job, when we get done, then we will have earned the opportunity to get a referral. And so the coach that I have mentioned that you really need to start a little earlier in the process, and you also need to deputize your people to be asking for referrals as well. So they had a campaign called Just Ask. Right? So so what I did was I took that and I said Just Ask, and then I put on, because the folks that work with me don't necessarily, they're not salespeople, so they don't think, well, you told me to ask, but how should I ask? I'm nervous. I don't know. What do I do? And I had one say, well, so what do I say if they're mad? I said, well, you don't ask, right? So it's really quite simple. I mean, it's like you're looking for cues, and so I think that the key is that our goal is that by the time we get to the end of a transaction on our side, by the time we get to the end of the transaction, that's not when we start. Hopefully, by that time, we have 2 or 3 actual referrals that we can give back to whoever referred them to us in the beginning. So hopefully, we're in the beginning phase where we're getting them pre-qualified. We've changed our scripts to, and say, has this been helpful? Right? So always looking for, some clarification of what's going on. Has this been helpful? Oh, this is amazing. You all are amazing. And then that's my cue to say, can I count on you when you hear your friends, family, and coworkers talking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Can I count on you to mention us to them? And they're like, yeah. Or I'll ask, can I ask a favor sometimes? You guys are amazing. Can I ask a favor? And they're like, maybe. What kind of favor are you asking? So, but I'll say, I'm just, my business is a referral-based business. So can I count on you to, and that's something else that we've implemented in our office. Now, what's the 3x3? 3x3 is friends, family, and coworkers looking to buy, sell, or refinance. So now, if you just threw on refinance on the end of yours, that'd be great too, because that'd be a good referral for us. But it's a reminder. So this mug is reminders just ask, because I could print off for my clients, my people, I could print off a sheet and say, put this on your desk whenever it's a script. Well, I put the script on the back of the mug, right? So it's on their desk. They put pins in it, or they drink coffee out of it, and it says, "Client, you guys are awesome." That's kind of cute, right? So. Or, there's different things like on a scale, we're halfway through the process. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are we doing? Right? Well, maybe about a 7. Okay, I got to fix a 7, right? I really have to fix an 8. But if it's an 8, 9, or a 10, then I feel like I can ask for the business. But if it's anything less than that, I need to fix it. So it's really simple, and it's like, how are we doing? Yeah, pretty good. Okay, then I got to fix that from being pretty good to you guys are amazing. So this says, client, you guys are awesome. Me, thank you so much. We love working with people like you. Do you have any family, friends, or coworkers that have mentioned they might be thinking of moving or refinancing in the next year or so? The client in my little thing, it says, probably not. They're probably not going to have somebody on top of mind. But then it's me, again, saying, can I ask a favor? Sure. If you hear of someone, can we count on you to send them our way? It's really pretty simple. So, but the idea is that we do it all the time, right? And we've even changed. It's difficult. It's easy for me because I'm in sales, but I'm not But my people aren't necessary. Like the processor's not used to being in that role, different ones. So it's outside of their comfort zone. But if you give them a script, and for me, I've got to reinforce it on a daily basis that when you're in process, you're always looking for those cues to get more business. Because you can spend money for leads, you can spend money for leads, you can spend money for leads, but you get that one person that says, I do have the rest of my 10 siblings that are moving from California with me in the next 6 months. That could be worth asking what's going on. And so it's a reminder. This is just a simple reminder for everybody to have one on their desk. What's the 3x3? They're like, yeah, friends, family, coworkers, and advice. Well, when you get to where you know it off the top of your head, then when you get in what do they say, you're with coaching, you will instead of rising to the occasion, you'll sink to the level of your coaching or your education. So if you can't remember anything else, you say, well, friends, family, coworkers, buy, sell, refinance, right? We'll just blurt it out, or change your conversation from being like what we would have typically happen when a borrower would tell us, you guys are amazing. It's like, all shucks, thanks. Right, click, hang up. It's like, you still say, all shucks, thanks. Can I ask a favor? Right? And in changing the thought process of, I've got to wait to the very end to earn all that business. Well, throughout the process, I'm consulting, you're doing different things, you're holding their hands through certain things, and there's an opportunity for you to ask for business so that hopefully, if we're doing it and you're doing it, so you refer somebody to us and we've got, by the time we get done, we've got 2 or 3 different opportunities for us to do more business. Then, we've every lead we get turns into 3 leads. That's pretty cool, right? So, and if by chance you work with somebody that's not us, then you can still turn that into business, right? Because you remember to ask. So Callie, I ran her off. So Callie is the one that had been asking to. She's been asking. So do you think? How do you feel about that? If you said, I want to start asking. So what do you think? Does it feel pretty awkward the first time?
What?
Would it feel awkward to you to ask, or you just need to think about it, or so what would keep you from doing that? What would keep you from asking?
I just always assume everybody knows, but they don't.
They don't.
They don't have a clue. They don't know that you can get referrals into other states.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's, what was I talking? We were talking to somebody the other day that, speaking of referrals, and young Hispanic lady that she has contacts from all over the country, friends and family that have moved in from Guatemala, El Salvador. And she said once they found out that I was in the business, like they're all asking me questions, and I'm referring out, to all over the country. And it's like, probably that as being an option. So, an opportunity. So that was pretty cool. So, that was, I'm just kind of short and sweet, just like me, short and sweet. Well, I don't know what that means. I know I'm not short, but I'm not small and sour. I'd rather be short and sweet, tall and sour. Something else. And have you ever heard of an app called Covey Export? COVE. COVE. It's a free app for your phone. It's available in Android and iPhone. So you download it and you hit the button and it will export. It will suck all of the contacts in your phone and put them in a CSV file so that you can drop them into the CRM or anything like that.
Oh, cool.
And so,
how do you spell it, Tim?
COVVE. I think it's COVVE. Covey Export. And so I had 5,600 in my phone when I did it. This was a week or 2 ago. And we talk about market to your database. Well, if you just get started, you may not have a database to market to. Well, you think you don't, but I've got people from high school. I got people from that work on my roof. There's people that I've touched through the years, and they're all on my phone. Now, will they all refer me business? Probably not. It would be a miracle if they all did, but. Making those calls, and I think that really with what the changing that's going on in the market, things softening a little bit. the mortgage side of things, they're predicting that a quarter of the lenders are going to get out of business in the next 6 months. So, and I would expect that there's going to be a little bit of that on the real estate side. So the folks that have been struggling or, you know how it is. So there's going to, but I think that, I mean, the best business is a referral business. Now, we're involved in buying leads and doing different things like that, but I mean, it would be, I think everybody would say it'd be sure nice to have a good business that's just people that have been referred to you by past clients and friends and families, things like that. So I think that's, that would be be a neat thing. Drop that information into a dialer and just start making phone calls, and Missy can get you a script on what to say when you call them. Right? It's she makes a lot of calls. So that's kind of my quick and dirty for the day. So you think that might be helpful? Ask for the business. Just ask. Just ask. Don't forget. Don't wait till the end. Right? They're happy. So, and I think it's also good to just make that request. How are we doing? And like many times my clients are coming through and leaving, and I don't touch them all. Right? We've gotten so much business that I don't necessarily touch every one of them. But we talked about the midway check-in. What do they call it when you're in a nice restaurant and a manager comes through and taps on your table and says, "How's everything?" And I'm just checking on stuff. So that's kind of my job, is to come tap on the table. How's the meal? Have been taken care of? Right? So at least at that point, halfway through, I've got a chance to fix it. If I ask at the end, they're like, "Where have you been? I've been trying to get my water fresh for the last 25 minutes, and my food's cold." And like, well, what am I going to do? But if I can take care of, if halfway through, if I check in, then it's an opportunity for me to have a fix it and turn it into a great experience. So more touches the better. And how's everything going? And then if they're happy, say. If they're not happy, how we can fix it, and if they are, can I ask a favor? Because So that's all. Enjoy the food.
I didn't see the app.
You didn't see the apps? I think it's
It's COVVE.
COVVE.